Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about lexical sophistication and how to measure lexical sophistication in L2 texts using an automatic tool Tails. L2 means the second language. In this video it refers to English. First of all, what does lexical sophistication mean? Lexical sophistication refers to the use of sophisticated words in text. That is, it means the use of advanced, unusual, and infrequent words in text. For example, which sentence contains more sophisticated words? In other words, which sentence contains more difficult and infrequent words, A or B? When we look into each sentence and compare the words, we can say that the sentence B is lexically more sophisticated. In this way, as a sentence has more difficult and infrequent words, the sentence is judged to have a higher level of lexical sophistication. Then, how can you measure lexical sophistication between paragraphs like this? Many studies have shown that lexical sophistication can be measured in various dimensions. Among several dimensions which reflect lexical sophistication, I'm going to talk about these four dimensions: word frequency, academic word list, congruence, and meaningfulness. The first category is word frequency. Frequency of a certain word is related to how many times a word is used in language. As a certain word occurs many times, the word has a higher frequency. In terms of lexical sophistication, less frequent words are considered more sophisticated. For example, compared to the words such as lunch, bed, like, the words such as egress, as, fastidious are less frequent and thus are considered more sophisticated. Texts which contain more infrequent words are judged to have a higher level of lexical sophistication. The next dimension is an academic word list. Academic words refers to the words that occur infrequently in general language but occurs frequently in academic contexts such as textbooks and academic journals in science, art, and law. The words like reference, underlie, establish, concept, indicate are examples of academic words. In terms of lexical sophistication, texts which contain more academic words are considered lexically more sophisticated. The last two categories are congruence and meaningfulness. Congruence and meaningfulness are included in psycholinguistic properties of a word. First, congruence refers to how congruent a word is. The easier it is to describe the meaning of a word, the more likely it is to be a congruent word. For example, when we compare the word apple and feasibility, apple would be judged as more congruent than feasibility. Meaningfulness refers to how associated a word is to other words. As a certain word is more meaningful, the word can activate many other words in mind. For instance, we can come up with more words when we hear the word beautiful than when we hear the word as. Therefore, the word beautiful is more meaningful than the word as. As for lexical sophistication, less concrete and less meaningful words are more difficult to learn and thus are considered more sophisticated. So far, I explained the four dimensions related to lexical sophistication. For the last part, I'm going to talk about how to measure lexical sophistication using TAILS. TAILS, or TALES, stand for the Tool for the Automatic Analysis of Lexical Sophistication. TAILS calculates the scores of lexical sophistication in L2 text automatically with various indices. TAILS has some advantages that it is easy to use and freely available. Then let's measure lexical sophistication using TAILS in these four categories. The data I used came from the corpus named ICNAIL. The I stands for the International Corpus Network of Asian Learners of English. ICNAIL is a collection of written and spoken data by English learners from Asia. The specific data for this video is 20 essays written by Korean learners of English. Then let me show you how to measure lexical sophistication. When you download and open the program, this is what TAILS looks like. First, select the indices you want to analyze. In order to measure word frequency, academic word list, congruence, and meaningfulness, I chose BNC word frequency, academic word list, and psycholinguistic norms. As you can see, TAILS also provides various indices to measure lexical sophistication other than 4 categories that I explained. And then you can see the Select the Folder button. By pressing the button, you can choose the folder of text you would like to analyze. For the next step, press the Select Output File button. Then you can choose the name for the file of the result and location to save it. Lastly, select the Process Text button below. Then, in a few seconds, TAILS calculates the scores for lexical sophistication automatically. As you can see, the process is very easy to follow. If you want to see these steps again, just press the Instructions button above. After measuring lexical sophistication, you will get the result file in Excel like this. And this is an expansion of the previous screen to make it easier to see. You can see the name of each text file, word count, and the name of each index for lexical sophistication. And you can see the numbers of each text. These numbers mean the scores of lexical sophistication for each index. By calculating mean and standard deviation and conducting statistical analysis, you can compare lexical sophistication between paragraphs or text in various dimensions. I hope today's video will help you study English linguistics. This is Reference, and thank you for watching the video.